Something snapped in the housing market this week, and it wasn't interest rates. It was the moment millions of young Americans quietly realized the system wasn't built for them. It was built around them. Because deep down, people know this isn't just a market cycle. It's not just high rates or tight supply or pandemic leftovers. What they're feeling in their bones is that the modern housing market has turned into an extraction machine, a machine that's built so smoothly, so politely, that you don't even notice it running until you check your payment schedule and your stomach drops. Now, if you're watching this, you've probably felt it. Prices rising faster than paychecks, rent climbing faster than savings, and debt piling faster than actual opportunities. And you're not imagining this. You're not being dramatic or crazy or any of these things, right? The game really did shift beneath everyone's feet. And here's why staying for the next 8 minutes could save you thousands. Once you understand the incentives that shape this market, you'll never look at the housing the same way again. And you'll never let the system bluff you again. So housing today isn't priced by demand. It's priced by leverage. Your income matters less than the debt system built around you. And that's where the real story begins here. Because the single biggest shift in the modern housing market isn't demand or population or even rates. It's the way mortgage engineering, debt expansion, and institutional incentives now shape the cost of shelter. And this is the part the industry doesn't say out loud because it forces people to notice the edges of the system. And once you notice the edges, you start questioning who built the maze. Now, if you're paying rent, trying to buy, or stuck between rising payments and flat wages, understanding this will change the way you play the game. Because when the rules make sense, you stop blaming yourself and you start navigating with a sense of confidence and power. Because housing is no longer a product. It's a financial instrument. Historically, homes were priced by wages. Today, they're priced by what the credit markets can tolerate. That's why a house that cost $250,000 10 years ago might cost $450,000 now, even if the roof, the drywall, and the square footage are exactly the same. You didn't get more house. You got more financial engineering wrapped around the same house. Builders don't set prices based on what you earn. They set prices based on what lenders will approve. It's like trying to buy a car, but the dealership doesn't care about the engine, only whether the bank thinks you can be squeezed another quarter turn. And when the Fed pushes rates to near zero, it was like widening the jaws of a clamp. Pressure built slowly, then suddenly, every inch of that clamp became price. Now, people love to say, we just don't have enough housing. But the numbers don't fully support that. The deeper issue is that every new house comes bundled with an incentive structure designed to maximize extraction. Buy down, rate tricks, upgrading packages, corporate built soft price floors. These keep prices inflated even when demand weakens. It's the kind of system where you walk into a model home thinking you're buying shelter and you walk out holding a 30-year obligation shaped by a dozen invisible incentives you never saw coming. It's like walking onto an airplane thinking you're picking a seat and realizing the whole cabin is already priced, packaged, and optimized to get you in that exact spot that benefits the airline the most. Now, institutional investors didn't cause the housing crisis, but they absolutely changed the DNA of it. Because when Wall Street enters a market, it doesn't enter with emotions. It enters with algorithms. It enters with portfolio targets. It enters with tolerance for losses that regular families just can't absorb. And once corporate buyers establish a floor, well, regular buyers are no longer negotiating against neighbors. They're negotiating against balance sheets. It's like trying to outbid someone who isn't buying dinner for their family. They're buying restaurants. So debt is the quiet force that shapes nearly every price you see right now. And young people aren't struggling because they're irresponsible. They're struggling because the cost of entry into adulthood is now locked behind interest-bearing gates. Student debt, auto loans, credit cards at 25 to 30% APR. I mean, it's insane. Buy now, pay later. Wage stagnation, rising rents that are rising faster than savings. And by the time a young buyer reaches the housing market, they already leveraged, or they already are over leveraged before they even reach the mortgage application. It's like starting a race after handing out your competitor a backpack and then discovering your own is full of bricks. And here's the truth that industry rarely states directly. The modern housing market is engineered so that the value of the home matters less than the value of the financing attached to it. Payments matter more than the price. Rates matter more than construction. And incentives matter more than wages. Debt load matters more than demand. So follow the money and you'll see the same pattern everywhere. The system is designed to monetize your monthly payment, not your long-term prosperity. So if we look at the builder's financials, right? Look at a lender and what incentives they offer. Look at the fee structures. Look at the securitization pipelines. Everything points to one reality. The middle class carries the cost of liquidity for everyone above them. It's like being handed a menu where every dish looks different, but the bill always lands on your table. So what do you do? What do you do with this? I mean, you can, of course, reclaim your clarity, because clarity is leverage in this type of a market. And when you understand the incentives behind the system, you can position yourself to negotiate differently. You time your decisions strategically, and people can stop chasing the hype. And you recognize engineered demand. You protect your savings from market psychology, and you stay patient in markets where impatience is profitable for everyone but you. All right, guys, what do you think? Do I have this all right? Do I have it all wrong? Put it in the comment section below. I look forward to reading and replying to all your comments. And thank you guys so much again for watching me here on The Baseline. All right, cheers, everybody.